Hey guys, I'm Avail back again with another video. This time it is about this iPhone 12. I've been using this device for more than a year now. I bought it during the Big Billion sale last year, and this time again you will get it, in really good offers, okay, particularly on Amazon. Now the question is that when you are getting good offers on iPhone 13, whether you should go for this or not, that is a question, right? And how is my experience with this device? I'll be sharing in this video. So before we start, if you're new to my channel, then do hit the subscribe button to watch more videos, and if you've already subscribed, a big thank you to all of you guys. So let's get started. So first of all, heads up guys, if you are thinking of buying this device and if you want to go for the 64GB variant, which will cost you around 42,000 on Amazon, and if you can go up to 50,000 for the 128GB variant, then I must say that you should go for the iPhone 13, on Flipkart, because that is a better deal, because the cameras, and there is a bit of improvement in performance, and particularly the battery performance particularly. So if you can go up to 50, then simply ignore this iPhone 12 and go for iPhone 13. Now if you cannot go beyond 40,000, and if you have made up your mind that you are going to buy this iPhone 12, then continue watching this video. Now let me share my thoughts about this device after using this for more than a year now. As I told you, I bought it in Big Billion sale last year, and I think paid around 49,000 if I'm not wrong. Now it is actually 64GB variant. Now as I told you, the 64GB variant is not a good option at the moment, because you are going to get iPhone 13 for that same price with 128GB storage, so you should go for that. Now if you are thinking of 64GB variant, then I must say that you will face some problem in terms of storage. You have to clean your storage in regular interval. Okay, in my case, I bought Mac as well, so I can transfer the data on a regular basis, so I'm not facing that problem. Okay, that is one thing. Now what are the good things about this device? The very first thing that you will like is the design and build of this device, because it feels really premium. You get this metallic body, and the display is also really good, and it is actually really sturdy, because I dropped it a couple of times and I found that no harm at all to the device. Okay, and you can see that I dropped it, and this the tempered glass is actually damaged, but nothing has happened to the actual screen, so I'm lucky. But I must say that if you are thinking of buying this device, then you should use a cover and a tempered glass. Okay, so that would be better, because the back panel is really costly, and as well this display. So if you are buying, then simply go for a good case and a tempered glass. Okay, so design and display and the build quality, I'm really happy with this one. The next USP obviously is the iOS, because I found that this is really sophisticated if you compare it with Android, because this one is the first iPhone that I've used. Before that I was kind of Android lover and user, but I must tell you that iOS is better, simply, and no comparison here. And if you have a MacBook, you will see that the synchronization is fantastic. There is no comparison with Android and Windows. If you have Mac, then you can use really good features like AirDrop, which is really seamless. And I found that there is no lag, no problem here. The UI is really clean, and there is no problem, I must say that. Okay, so the UI experience, overall iOS experience is really fantastic. And don't bother, you might be thinking that if you are Android user at the moment, if you switch to Apple iOS, then you will face problem. There is no problem. So you can go for it. So iOS switch means OS switch is not a deal breaker here. You have to believe that it is actually far better than Android, according to me, and there is no lag at all. Because I found that even if in higher end devices, in case of Android, to some extent I must say that you may face lag and stutter, but here it is not at all present. Now let's talk about the cameras. This is the reason that I bought this device last year, and I must tell you that the video recording, particularly the 4K recording at 60 fps or 30 fps, is fantastic. You cannot compare it with any other Android devices, to be honest here. And I found that the overall video quality, you can see this sample, is fantastic. You can use the wide angle, as it comes with wide angle sensor as well, so that one is really good. And the video quality, and the bottom line is that it's really good. You will not regret. So if you are a blogger or YouTuber, and if you want a device with good video recording capabilities, then this one is for you. Now, what about the still images? I cannot say the same thing for still images, particularly the selfie shooter. Okay, the rear, the sensors, they take good photos. Even in low light, they do good. Okay, you can see this. The low light photography is really good. But only problem that I have, it is not something which I can call a deal breaker. Particularly the selfie shooter is not that good. Okay, and particularly if you are someone who shares selfies on social medias, then you won't get the fancy filters on it. Okay, so the selfies that you take on this device, they are not social media sharing ready, so you have to add that. Okay, so that is one thing that I can tell you. Otherwise, the overall camera performance is fantastic. Particularly if your topmost priority is video recording, then simply go for it. Yeah, next is gaming. I would like to tell you that this is not a gaming device because of the screen, and particularly the battery backup is also not that good for, it is not meant for gaming, to be honest. And if you play games, the experience is really good. The overall experience is good. The touch response, there is no frame drop, nothing. Okay, you can play games on it, but it becomes a bit warm, the back particularly, and you will not enjoy playing with this kind of screen size. The overall design of this device is not meant for gaming, I believe. So you can avoid it. If you want to buy a device for gaming purpose, then you can simply avoid it. So finally, let's talk about the battery backup of this device. Okay, this is something that you must understand. Okay, because if you are a heavy user and if you want a device that can last more than a day, then this is not a device for you. Okay, the overall battery performance is good. You can get a day's battery backup if you are a normal user, but if you're not a normal user, then you have to find your charger during the day. And what I'm experiencing at the moment, let me show this. Okay, if you go to battery, okay, in just 1 year the battery health has dropped to 90%. Now it is not like that I was taking really good care of this device. Yes, as I'm a YouTuber, I'm using the beta version, the developer previews, the OS updates on this device, so there is a battery health drop. Okay, that was the reason. So if you have bought this device, you should not use the beta versions of OS. Okay, simply ignore it. Once the OS is available for public, the stable versions, you should go for it. Okay, otherwise there will be a really significant drop in battery health. Another thing, you should not use any third-party chargers. Okay, simply go for Apple's own chargers. That will help you to maintain a good battery health. But still, it is not meant for heavy users. Okay, you will not get more than 6 or 7 hours of screen on time if you are a heavy user. Okay, you should keep it in mind. Okay, so if you are a really heavy user and if you want a device that can last more than a day, then you should think twice. Okay, that's my opinion. So finally, let me show you some things that you must check if you have already ordered your iPhone 12 from Amazon or Flipkart. Go to settings and then simply go to general, and there you have this about phone. Okay, you must check that you have the whole 1 year's warranty period here. Okay, you must check that. Then simply go to battery and check that your battery health is 100%. In my case it is 90%. So drop means that the capacity of this battery has gone down, so you won't get the full battery backup. Okay, so you must check these things, okay, before you take the delivery, because if it is used or it was opened due to any reason, then there will be a difference. Okay, so you have to check these things. I believe that Amazon or Flipkart, they don't do these things, but you never know. So to be, extra careful, do check these things. Now finally, I must say that if you are switching to iOS, there is no problem. You will enjoy, particularly the topmost priority, the topmost I would say the change that you will get here is the camera. Okay, particularly the video recording capability is fantastic. Okay, on iPhones, this is what I have found. Yes, the iOS experience, the synchronization of iPhones and Mac, that is also something that you will love. This is not actually comparable with Windows and Android. This is something that you will really like. Okay, and overall experience is really good, and plus the resale value of iPhones, they're also better than Android devices. So these are the things that you can consider if you're thinking of buying iPhone 12, iPhone 13, or any other devices from Apple. Okay, so I believe that this video is going to help you, and if it does, then do hit the subscribe button, share button, and like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Okay, so till the next video, guys, cheers.